Hey YouTube, my name is Mimi and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my personal experience with getting accepted into nursing school while working, being a mom, and managing my relationship.
Easy to dream a dream, though it's harder to live. They gon' love me for my ambition.
I'm going to just hop right into it. So I went back to school for my prerequisites and my general education back in 2015. And at the time, I had a 1-year-old, and 3 months into that first semester, I found out I was pregnant again. I had some anxiety that I was not going to be able to finish because I just didn't think it would be possible to finish school with 2 small children. I just thought it was going to be too much for me to handle, but I just continued to progress that semester. And I'm gonna just say that I made it through it just fine. I mean, there were some barriers here and there and obstacles here and there, but you guys can definitely do it too. So let me explain how I did it. That first semester, I started off taking 6 units, which was the equivalent of 2 classes. And I saw that I was able to manage that. It wasn't, too much for me to handle. So I just said, you know what, I can do this. Let me add a couple more classes. Some colleges, they provide late start programs where they offer additional classes later in the semester, like midway through, and so I just took advantage of that. As soon as I saw that they were adding more classes midway through, I just started adding them here and there, and I think I ended up taking a total of 16 units that semester. Mind you, I was pregnant, I was working full-time, and I did have a 1-year-old already. I believe I was able to do this based on my time management and my organizational skills, also with the help of my support system. So basically, I utilized a planner that looks like this. This is a happy planner, and if you look at it, it's really like large. This is 1 month that spans across like 2 pages. Basically, what I did was this was like my Bible for like school. Like, I would fill this thing out, and anytime I had an assignment due, like if I had a paper to type, or if I had like things to read or whatever, I would just like fill that out. For example, if I had a 10-page paper that was due like a week and a half, I would just take that 10 pages and I would divide it by 7.5 days, and that would be how many pages I would type per day based on, my own crazy schedule. That's enough. Purchase a voice recorder or download a voice recorder app on your phone. This will be useful for classes that provide a ton of information. What I did was I would pop my headphones in after I recorded a class or a lecture, and I would just listen to it when I was in the bed getting ready to go to sleep, or when I was grocery shopping. It just helps keep the information in your head. As far as like who was helping watch the children when I went to school and work, my mom and my fiance's mom, they were a huge help. Basically, they were watching my 1-year-old and the new baby after she was born, all the way from morning till nighttime, because I did go to work 3 to 11 right after school. And I understand some of you guys don't have that kind of support system, so what I would definitely recommend is possibly enroll, because I took online classes too. I would definitely enroll in online classes, so that way you don't have to worry about dropping your child off while you go to school. And another thing you can do, which is what I also did later down the road, is apply for subsidized childcare programs through child development centers, because these programs are extremely amazing. It's not like your average daycare where your child just attends, they take a nap, they drink juice and color pretty much the whole day. They have like a school-based curriculum where they do like little homework assignments here and there. They learn things like colors, numbers, like how to like identify like, oh, that's the letter A, that's the letter B, stuff like that. So they're really working with your child, because it's hard to work with your child yourself when you're gone all day and night, and you don't want your child to be behind academically prior to starting like kindergarten or preschool or whatever the situation may be. Keep in mind that for these programs, because they're so like sought out by everybody, because most of the time when you apply for these programs, you'll either end up spending like anywhere from $0 to a couple $100 based on your income, because it is income based. So there's long wait lists. If you have to go to school or start a new job like within the next week and you want to look into that, I probably wouldn't recommend it, only based on like the wait list can be anywhere from like a couple months to a year. When I applied for these programs, I think one of them called me, like the fastest one called me like within 3 months for space available for my 2 children, which I was ecstatic about because I felt like 3 months wasn't like too bad. So I took advantage of that right away. And my children attended from 7 in the morning when they opened all the way till 5:30 when they closed. I would have, you know, their dad pick them up or their grandpa pick them up or things like that when needed, because obviously I can't if I'm at work, you know what I mean, after 5:30. So definitely look into those types of options. If you're taking an online class and you're worried about like your child like just all in your face, or you know, not letting you like focus on what you need to do, I would just recommend going based off of their schedule and not your schedule, because as we all know, like our lives and our schedules revolve around our children. I mean, there's just no other way. So if your child sleeps at a certain amount, sleeps at a specific hour during the day, or sleeps for a certain amount of time during the day, I will completely utilize that to study, do your homework type things, whatever you have to do. For example, if your child goes to bed, let's say 7 o'clock at nighttime, and then wake up at 7 in the morning, maybe wake up 2 hours prior to them, you know, waking up, like wake up at 5 a.m. to do your homework or whatever, or even like just stay up a little bit later after they go to sleep and just do your assignments if you have to. Just make sure that you're organizing and planning based on their schedule, because that's gonna be like the key factor for you to be successful based on them. A lot of people ask me, how do you know what classes to take? Is it the same for every school? And I'm gonna say, I don't know if it's the same for every school. I mean, every state is different. I'm currently in the state of California, and I notice a lot of these schools have similar requirements. But if you guys go online for whatever institution or university or college you want to attend, go and look specifically for the School of Nursing and see if there's like a printable PDF form or document of what classes you need to take based on their requirement. This is like a 2-page form. I don't think I can make it look any better than what it looks like because of the way the camera is. But like you see, there says criteria, point system, GPA. Sorry guys, it's like too hard to see. But what I'm trying to say is print out a form like this. It'll give you the requirements. For example, grade point average relevant to coursework, life experiences or special circumstances, assessment and readiness test results, etc., etc. Then there's another document that says what classes you need, like general education and sciences. Print that out. Tape this like to your bedroom wall or your refrigerator or wherever, because this is going to serve as like one of your motivational tools. And every time you complete a class, cross it off. And this was like a huge motivational tool for me because I got so excited every time I completed a class. I mean, there's nothing more exciting when you see, oh, I need one more class and then I'm there, I can apply for the program. So definitely do that. As far as sciences, I played it safe. I took 2 sciences at a time. I didn't want to risk, you know, taking a handful of sciences because as we all know, like A&P is extremely hard because it's a lot of, like a ton of memorization. Chemistry can be difficult because they do utilize like dimensional analysis for setting up your formulas and solving like the little math problems and things like that. So definitely don't overdo it with your sciences. I would definitely recommend doing like 1 or 2 at a time. These colleges, they'll have like, for example, summer semester, they'll have it set up where you can take A&P number 1, the first block, and then the second block during that semester you can take A&P 2. So essentially you're completing 2 sciences at different times but during one semester, so that's also good too. But just keep in mind, because it's a shorter time frame during the summer, it's condensed and you're getting like tons of information in such a short time period, so just take that into consideration too. As far as what my GPA and grades were when I finished all my general education and sciences, I believe I had like a 3.7 total GPA, and that was very helpful for getting into RN programs because most of us know that these schools are very competitive related to GPA. But like I said, I had a 1-year-old, I was pregnant, I gave birth to her during a summer semester. I actually did an online class the next day after she was born. And I'm gonna be honest, like it was really tough, but like I said, I just utilized my resources with the subsidized childcare, with moms watching her, his mom watching her, things like that. It's definitely doable. You guys have to just evaluate and just like analyze what's going on in your life, where your free time mostly is, and just plan from there. Make sure that when you guys set out a plan or a goal, you guys are not listening to naysayers. I know that sounds so cliche to say, and it's so obvious, like, yeah, I wouldn't do that anyway, but it's hard because sometimes people get in your head, especially when you have so much stress going on and you're already like second guessing yourself enough as it is. All I'm gonna say is do things based on you. Don't make decisions based on other people's explanations of their own trials and tribulations, because I'm just gonna say I'm walking living proof. As far as like being in a relationship, you're just communicating with your significant other. Just let them know that despite me or you being gone all the time, being fatigued all the time because you're so stressed out with school and work and life in general, that you're thankful for their support and you appreciate them, because that helps. As far as what school to attend for your RN program, just do research. If you guys look online for the Board of Registered Nursing for your state, it should give you a breakdown of the pass rates for NCLEX for whatever specific school you're looking into. So it'll tell you like, oh, this school has a pass rate of 72% for NCLEX, and then it'll tell you like the trends for the past couple years. Oh, the year before that it was 57%. Like, just check that out because that's important. You definitely want to be prepared for NCLEX. You don't want to spend all this time or money, you know, attending community college or university or whatever school it is and get to NCLEX and can't pass it. You know what I mean? Like, school is so stressful. Like, don't set yourself up for a disaster. I just want to show you guys this picture. This is my graduation photo. This is Alana's the little tall one down there, and then Kendall's the one that I'm holding right here. And this is just a friendly reminder that you guys can totally do this. This is the end result of all my hard work and sacrifices. And I look at this picture every day. I mean, it's not in my car. I just brought it for an example, but I hang this in my living room, and I just look at this picture every day just to remind myself, like, yes, I did it for their future. And you guys can totally do it too. Just keep your eye on the prize. Definitely do not listen to other people unless, you know, that person's definitely trying to like tell you, like, because they know you, you know what I mean? Like, it's different when, you know, it's a family member that knows you well and actually really like wants to look out for you. I understand that. But if it's just a random person or somebody who's been on the edge lately in the friendship or whatever, like, just be careful about that. The final thing I'm gonna mention that someone asked me about is, do you recommend getting your CNA certificate or LVN license first? I'm gonna say yes, definitely CNA certificate. If you don't already work in the healthcare field, get that certificate. Pick up a job if you can and work however many hours you can, just to like get your feet wet in the field to see if nursing is really for you. CNAs don't like practice nursing, of course, but they're in the field working side by side with nurses, and they can see like what it's like, what the nurse's daily routine is like, because they're working side by side, they're helping them out and things like that. I feel like attending LVN school prior to RN school did give me a strong base. As far as it helping me, like, you know, be successful throughout the whole program, I'm gonna say that all depends on you as a person. Like, you have to be like a dedicated student, you know what I mean? Because RN school is extremely rigorous and extremely exhausting. So for all my moms out there, I know it's extremely hard. I know like it's very difficult when you have like your child on you all day, especially for when those infants are in those early stages where they want to be held for 24 hours essentially. Just keep your eye on the prize. I've been there, I've done it, I know how tough it is, but just remember who you're doing it for, what you're doing it for. That'll help keep you motivated throughout the whole process. And who cares how long it takes? Sometimes people freak out because they believe it might take them like an extended period of time, but I always say 5 years from now, like, you're probably going to be living, you're probably going to be doing either the same thing or something different. Just knock some goals out in the meantime while you get there. So I hope I hit most of your guys' questions. Also, I recently went on my first RN interview. So if you guys want to know how that went or want tips and tricks about what questions they ask and how to answer them and how to prepare, leave a comment below. If you guys want to know how my nursing school experience was, go ahead and leave me a comment below. And also I'm currently in my RN to BSN program, so if you guys want to know how that's going or how to prepare for that, let me know. So thanks for watching, you guys.